Hello my friends and welcome back to our continuing blind let's play of Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today, well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get our Divination Séance as we try to unlock what happened and who killed the priest. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Better than Phoenix at least, considering Rifa is out for blood. They shall not escape on the Freedom Express today.
The joy it is to have the Royal Princess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us to her divine favor. Diada Khura'in.
Udihara. She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday. Is there something stuck to my face, Bob the head? No, nothing, your benevolence.
Now then, your benevolence, the Divination Séance, if you please.
Yep, I was right about that. Very well. Nina, my verb. Oh, that was cool.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Is that like the first time there's been consistent voice acting in a game? Because I want that like all the time. Like, I mean, the voice, oh god, her voice is amazing. I want to see that done all the time. Too bad. Yeah, I know. It's too bad it won't happen, but still, I love it when, oh, that was so good.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Her voice is amazing. So I think I was told that that's the same every time, but it's beautiful. So I wanna experience it every time because it's very, very awesome. The music is great, the dancing is great, like everything about it is just great. So we have Maya. Then we had the priest. Don't forget we're seeing through the priest's eyes, right? He's looking through a scroll. Something about wind. Incense footsteps. Pain. She's stabbed. What was the wind? Someone flying down to the area, perhaps? The
victor's Mitama has spoken. The Divination Séance is complete.
Great. Another clearly incriminating seance vision. It could not be any clearer. Oh, foul defense. The accused donned the sacred robes of Lady Kira and then attacked the victim.
Oh, how very terrible it must have been. The figure of Lady Kira lit day against the dim lantern light. The scent of incense growing ever more potent as she drew near. One can almost sense the horror that Emmett and me must have felt.
The facts as presented by her benevolence are undisputable. But that wasn't me. Do something, Nick. I'm working on it. That couldn't have been any clearer. Looks like I'm in an uphill battle. Well, I mean, I don't... See, it's things like this. Like, there's no clear evidence that Maya donned the robe. There's no evidence that, yes, she was there. But there's no evidence that she's the one who did it. The accused committed this vile act during the ancient tradition, the Purification Rite. Come to think of it, the Rite's Guide explains the multi-part Purification Rite in detail. The Transformation Rite. The High Priest reads scripture, while a priestess dons the robe of Lady Kira. The Rite of Water. Lady Kira enters the spring, and the High Priest purifies her along with her dagger. Oh, oh, right, okay. So the fact that there was Lady Kira there, he was reading the scroll. Maya donned the robes because that's how she's supposed to, according to the, what was that first one? The first part of the Purification Rite. And then, you know, instead of going into the water, she, like, stabs him. The Rite of Fire. The priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. Indeed. It would seem the murder occurred during the transformation rite. The rite dictates that the high priest stand in front of the spring. Therefore, the accused must have attacked him from the direction of the broken lantern. Well, Bob the Head, would you care to object? Of course, because I know my client is innocent. So you say, you truly do not know when you are beaten, do you? I managed to pull it off last time with Albie. I just have to do it again.
You intend to find fault with her benevolence's insights yet again. It would seem that lawyers are Pokunin creatures indeed.
Look at that Pokunin! 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 What exactly is a Pokunin? Someone who's a real piece of work, so to speak. They can call me anything they want. The only thing that I care about is uncovering the truth. So, bobbed head, are you foolish enough to risk your life for the so-called truth? Because my insights are the truth. To deny them is to willingly dig your own grave. Insight. Rafa's insight. The victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. As the first part, the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra and then suddenly, he heard the accuser's approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his life's blood spilled over, his vision dimmed, till finally he passed from our world. That is everything the victim experienced in his final moments. Intersectum diagram updated in the court record shows where Maya and the High Priest were during the rite. Dressed in the sacred robes of Lady Kira, the accused rushed the victim head-on. The brutal stabbing she perpetrated could not have been any clearer. Yes, it is plain for all to see. No, it wasn't me. A city dressers came over me during the transformation rite. I didn't even get a chance to put on Lady Kira's robes. You waste our time with such meaningless statements, accused. You cannot explain away the truths revealed by the Holy Priestess's divine insight. Oh! How did you end up finding contradictions last time? The deceased's final memories include all 5 senses. Oh, you mean those words that appeared in the pool of the souls? It looked to me like the bigger the word, the stronger the sensation was to the victim. Yeah, that's how it looked to me too. So smells incense, hears footsteps, feels wind? The sensations themselves are never wrong, only their interpretations. That's why I try to point out mistakes in Rafa's insights the last time. So there could be contradictions between what Emmy felt and her insights, huh? You got it. And I'm going to find them. This time, too. Should I check out how to point out contradictions in Rafa's insights? I don't know. Do we need to do this? I mean, because I do YouTube, I'm not playing through this, like, in a weekend. So, it doesn't hurt. It really just doesn't hurt. I can switch between insights with L and L. While I look for inconsistency between them and the sensations in the vision. Seance visions can be paused with X. And I can even jump to different points in the seance vision. Using circle and square. When I see an insight that does seem right, I should select it. Then all I have to do is point out the sensation that contradicts with the insight. The sensations this time seem to fluctuate more than the ones from Avi's trial. In which case, I better keep an eye on changes in their intensity too. Alright, the victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. As the first part, the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused's footsteps approaching. Heard her footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. Wind. Incense. Footsteps. Pain. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his lifeblood spilled over, his vision dimmed, and finally he passed from our world. Reading a sutra. He lowered the sutra. felt wind.
Objection!
I don't know, I'm just throwing darts here at the moment. Your benevolence, is this statement inconsistent with the vision? Okay, so I need to find something that's inconsistent. Inconsistent? I think not. Exactly, that's where the inconsistency lies.
No, I believe it is the defense's thought process that the inconsistency lies.
Oh, I like how that went up in smoke. That was cool. Alright, guess there wasn't any consistency after all. What is it, Maya? I'm still trying to figure out this whole inside thing out. When the words change size, that means the intensity of those sensations changes too, right? That's what it looks like to me. So then, that's probably something we should keep an eye on, too. In short, we should be on the lookout for changes that should take place, but they do anyway. And changes that don't occur when they should. How very perceptive of you. I guess all that training sharpened Maya's mind along with her powers. Let's compare the vision to the insights, while looking for changes in sensory intensity. Sounds like a plan. Okay, pause this a second. The victim commenced the purification rite. As the first part, the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his light bed filled over, his vision dimmed and finally passed from this world. Smelled. Yeah, the incense is strong. So the incense is increasing as... So the footsteps don't increase. But the incense increases. There's wind. See, there's a moment when the incense doesn't register. But the footsteps aren't getting louder. So could it be one of those things? Like, wouldn't the footsteps be getting louder as she came at him?
Objection!
Because the incense is getting bigger. All right, cool. I think we're onto something. Because the incense was getting stronger, but the footsteps weren't increasing. You would think they would both increase, right? The victim supposedly heard the accused's approaching footsteps. But did he really? What nonsense is this? Is it not abundantly clear? No, it's not. Because there is something strange about those footsteps. So strange? Explain yourself, Bobbit Head. The footsteps are strange because they don't get louder. Exactly. They're not getting any louder.
And what exactly does that matter?
Please focus your attention on the incense the victim smelled. The scent grows stronger as the accused approaches. Hey, I nailed that. Thanks to Maya. I had to get it wrong once to understand what was going on. And then when Maya told me to look out for those things, that's when I noticed what was going on. So thanks, Maya. You're the best. If the accused really had approached the victim, the sound of her footsteps would have gotten louder as the scent of incense grew stronger. Ah! I have no idea what that sound effect was. I don't think she would have made that sound, but okay, it works. I mean, she is a kid, so who knows?
Why, that makes perfect sense. How can this be explained, your benevolence?
Well, there must be a reason.
Objection.
It is, as they say, even a putrid worm of a lawyer will turn. What does that even mean? He's not exactly singing your praises, that's for sure. Still, we cannot discard this information solely on account of its loyally source. Your benevolence. Perhaps you must listen more carefully to the abbot's mitama. Listen more carefully? What's he talking about? Yes, it would appear so. I shall try to refine the sensation. Refine the sensation? I can more accurately gauge sensations by deepening my communication with the mitama. I didn't know you could do that. Why have we never done this before? By refining a sensation, a clear picture of the truth can be discovered. This reminds me a lot of the psychology thing in the last game, because as it gets refined, it changes, with new evidence. Oh, blessed mitama, I beseech you, hear me now and respond to my call. Bells.
The footsteps change it to bells? What could this mean?
Wasn't Maya wearing bells on her outfit? Do we have a picture of that? There. He has bells on. He has a bell on. I thought Maya had bells on. I guess he had bells. I clicked this and it played music. That's awesome. So the only thing that I have is a picture of the crime scene with him wearing a bell. Bells? But the only bells at the scene of the crime were... Ah, that jingling music must come from Abbot Indy's bells. Yeah, I thought she was the one wearing it. I guess he was the one wearing it. Hey, and they showed the crime scene photo too. Dang it, I thought this was gonna be evidence. Darn it! You mean those big things he had on his ankles? Well, there you have it. The sound of bells was from the High Priest's own footsteps. That means that the footsteps belonged to the victim himself. It means that it was the victim who was moving, not the accused. The victim was the one who went running toward the broken lantern from the spring. A far cry from what her benevolence's insight would have us believe. Ah! Oh, as that sounded bad. I guess that's just a thing now. Shows where Maya and the High Priest were during the rite. So what got updated there? The arrows the other way now, I guess?
But why would the victim have approached the accused?
Yeah. So it's the other way now, because instead of Maya advancing toward, well, not Maya. Instead of the killer advancing towards the priest advanced towards the killer. Maybe he was trying to defend himself.
Please explain.
He could have felt threatened by Lady Kira standing there with the dagger. If so, he might have thought to overpower her before she attacked. Still your voices. This is nothing but a theory. A game theory, and a poor one at that. But be not led astray by this liar's obvious postulation.
Objection.
While his insolence is inexcusable, I would ask that you calm yourself, your benevolence. Is there something you would like to say, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi? Even if it was Abbot in me who moved, it does not negate the accused crime. What do you mean? The accused was likely waiting for High Priest to approach. Ah! And as he neared, she plunged the dagger into him. It's as simple as that. Oh, right. It really doesn't change much, does it? Yes, it is as the prosecutor has said. In fact, it is as I meant to say along as well. Right. And that's why you were so shocked when you first heard it, huh? Understand now, liar. That contradiction you conjured up has come to naught. Once I hone my insights, it will vanish like the dying rays of the sun. Insight revised? The victim okay. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the broken lantern. As light blood spilled over, his vision dimmed. See, the fact that it was Abbot in me who moved changes nothing. Ah, come on, Phoenix. You gotta keep your cool. The contradiction I pointed out must mean something. The one sensation changed after Princess Rafa refined her vision. It stands to reason that something else might have changed too because of the refinement. I should focus on any sensations that have changed, while searching for more contradictions between them and her insights. Alright, let's try this again. So, what's changed? This. He rushed the accused to try to fight her off by the broken lantern. Wind. Incense, bells, watch. Why is he sensing water now? If he was fighting off by the broken lantern, there's no snow next to the broken lantern. So how is he hearing water?
Objection!
I think I'm onto something. I don't know what it is, but I think I'm onto something. Hold it. How do we know the purification rite was performed exactly as it was supposed to be? That's easy. The customs governing the rite are very clear, and Abbot in me would have adhered to them. Well, that's strange.
Mr. Wright, would you care to explain why this is so strange?
Yes, I would like you to consider the sound of the victim's footsteps. Yeah, it would have meant that she was walking on water, right? Or he was walking on water. The sound of bells changes the sound of water at one point, which is behind him. What's this? It's simple. The victim must have stepped in some water. Oh. Yes, and the only source of water in the inner sanctum is the spring. And therein lies the contradiction. What contradiction? I believe the rite started out as it should have. The victim stood with his back to the spring, and the accused stood right in front of him. But we now know that the victim then moved into the spring.
Pagoga! Well, that is absurd!
This means the accused's location differs from what her benevolence insight indicates.
Then, where do you propose the accused stood when she donned Lady Kira's robes?
Based on the sound of the victim's footsteps, I believe Maya was standing here. But it had to been right in front of this thing, right?
Do you really believe the accused was standing there?
Not when you say it that way, Your Majesty.
Keep making sloppy statements like that, Mr. Wright, and I'll have your tongue.
Please, anything but the chop.
Well, then let's have an extra insight of you. Where do you believe the accused was actually standing?
Well, that means it would have been the spring itself. Sounds of water. I had it backwards. That happens to me a lot. I usually like flip things around. And it usually always is, I get it wrong the first time. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Right. Until this moment, we've all just assumed that Abbot Inmi and Miss Fey were standing where they were supposed to be. As shown in this Rite's guide. In short, the victim should have been standing with his back to the spring and the accused in front. However, that is how they really were standing. He could have stepped into the spring as he approached her. The problem is the victim did step into the spring. This can only mean that Miss Fey had actually been standing in the water.
But if this is true, then the positions would have been completely reversed.
And a sanctum diagram updated? Okay. That probably just switches them around.
Well, what is going on here, Miss Fey? Were you really standing in the spring?
I'm sorry, but I barely remember anything about the rite. Yeah, that's so convenient.
I mean, so that makes the job is right in the blender. Why on earth is that even possible?
Be that as it may, this does not overturn my insights.
It doesn't?
Let us say the accused was standing in the spring. So what? So what? This completely reverses their positions is what? That their positions differed from what is customary is rather curious. However, what does that change? It certainly does not erase the accused's greater crime. Huh. I guess you have a point there. You liars are an absurd breed. Never thinking ahead, you cling to the first instigated contradictions that you can muster. Irk. Sounds like Princess Faithful has a pretty good grasp of what lawyers are all about. Oh Maya, where would I be without your brutally frank commentary right now? Is this contradiction really meaningless? But something really doesn't feel right. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth. The victim, he rushed off. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the poolside lantern. Now the contradiction is no more. But the truth of the matter still stands, no matter how stubbornly you deny it.
What do you have to say for yourself now, Mr. Wright?
Nick! Your Majesty, this lawyer may have raised a trivial objection, but her benevolence insights have no further inadequacies of any kind.
Yes, it would so seem.
Wait a second, but there is another contradiction. Still you flounder about, you wretched beast. Though you rack that putrid brain of yours, nothing worthwhile will come of it. Maya, please help me remember something that might help us out here. Sorry, I really don't remember a thing. But now that the place I was standing in has changed, who knows? That alone may cause a new discrepancy with Princess Rafa's insights. That's right. We now know that Maya was standing right in this spring. A major change like that could very well produce a contradiction. I should take another look at the inner sanctum diagram in the court record and confirm where Maya and Abbott and me were standing. And then focus on finding any discrepancies between the positions in the insight. Alright. See if we see anything new. Wind. Incense, bells, water, pain. I don't see anything. I don't see anything here. Can I say it again? There's something odd going on here. Okay, so the incense is far away. And the incense is far away because she's coming at him. The bells are really loud because they're on him and she's in the water. But the water is not increasing in sound. If she's rushing him, wouldn't the water get louder because she's getting closer to him? This is the same problem we had before. And here, the bells are getting louder. So the bells get louder, and it's replaced by water, which does not increase. So I think the problem is either the water or the bells. I'm gonna say the water first because this should be getting louder again.
Objection!
I don't think that was it. That was not it. That was not it. I can't skip it either for some reason. Yeah, I believe it's a defense thought process that inconsistent lies. Okay, so let's try the bells this time. He rushed the accused. Well, let's go with the bells.
Objection!
Bells aren't it either. Ah! So what am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to be doing? Come on, try to find something that you haven't seen before. What is consult? You look like you're having a tough time, Nick. Yeah, because I can't find any contradictions. I mean, the sensations and the vision all seem perfectly fine to me. In that case, why don't you read the insights while focusing on what the victim saw? Insights while focusing on the victim saw. Of course, a sense of sight. Sense of sight. Suddenly, he rushed the accused. He rushed the accused, that's what he saw. That's what he saw. I don't think there's a contradiction here with, this. Sight. Wait, why is this sight? Wouldn't this be sound? Yeah, now it says sound. This is all sight. I guess it just wasn't there yet. Sight. Smell, sound, sight. It doesn't look like he's rushing the cues here.
Objection!
I got it wrong now. Dang it, these are hard. These are hard.
I have heard enough. The trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charges filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds accused Maya Fey and the defense, Phoenix Wright, guilty.
Retrial scene. Why don't you read the insights? I'll focus on what they saw. By bowing to the lanterns. Is anything sticking out? He bowed to the lanterns. Isn't that lantern out though? That's a broken lantern. Well, we know he's facing this way, right? So we could see the lantern in the lantern. Yeah, he's facing this way. Then we have wind. Oh, the sutra suddenly rushed the accused. You rush the accused. Smells. I don't see anything else. Pain. Touch. Still feeling pain when he's dying. That makes sense. What am I missing here? He rushed the accused by the spring side lantern. I may just have to click on everything here. The wind?
Objection!
That wasn't it. That is not it. I don't know this. The sight. The sight. There's something with sight. But I don't see anything with sight. I mean, just a general picture. See the wind. Hear incense, hear bells, and he's that. Like, what is wrong with this? Why don't you read the insights while focusing on what the victim saw? So I have to click on something that he saw. Okay, so there's Maya. He sees a lantern. He bows to one lantern. He bows to the other lantern. That's all good. Well, let me rewind. Sorry, this is taking me a minute. So he sees her. He sees the lantern. He bows to the lantern. He bows to the lantern. So, yeah, he's facing the spring. He's bowing to the two lanterns. Okay, that all seems to be good. And she's still there. He brings up his sutra. And then suddenly, he rushes. What is that? One more time. That lantern changes. This means we have the positioning wrong again. Because the lanterns all have the wind guards on them, right? But one of them is broken. So if he is seeing wind below and the lantern's flame pushed to the side, or the fire is moving to the left, right? That must mean he's staring at the broken lantern, which means our positioning is off again. That's gotta be it. The lantern.
Objection!
That was hard. That was really hard. Your benevolence. I found a new contradiction. You did? No doubt it is but another of your vile attempts to slander my insights. Nope. Take a good look at what the victim saw. It might just change your mind. The lantern flame behind the accused was flickering. There is nothing unusual about that, especially as the wind had stirred. Yes, but they had wind guards on them, except for one lantern. No, that's where you're wrong. If the accused had been standing in the spring, then what you see here should be one of the lanterns flanking the statue. I failed to see your point. My point is, something is wrong here. The two lanterns flanking the statue were both outfitted with glass wind guards. So neither lantern's flame should have been flickering in the wind in the first place. Huh. She seems pretty tickled, Nick. I don't remember saying anything funny. I fail to see what you wish to prove here, but very well. I shall refine the vision and reveal the truth for all to see. Oh, blessed Mitama, I beseech you, fix your sight upon the lantern there. The flame? Yeah, it's being blown by wind. It's definitely going to the left. Huh? The lantern doesn't have a wind guard on it. And rightly so. For the wind guard was removed to reveal the sacred flame within the fight of fire. Okay, so that means it must have been a very specific timing. Which means, where is my rights guide? Here it is. Begins with a transformation rite. Read scripture while a priestess dons the robes which have been purified with incense. Next is the rite of water, in which the priestess enters the spring, and the high priest purifies. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify his soul. The rite of fire came before the rite of fire. The rite of water came before the rite of fire. Therefore, there is nothing odd about the flame flickering. Say what? But when we searched the crime scene, those lanterns had the wind guards on. Well, that's because the police put them back on. The sacred flames have burned uninterrupted for hundreds of years, Defense. We could not risk them being extinguished, even during an investigation. That would never fly back home. Well, Bobbit Head, are you done quibbling? If so, then it is time to bow down before this testimony of the Mitama. Nick! Don't worry, Maya. I'm just getting started. Alright, let's go over everything we know so far. Maya was wearing Lady Kira's robes and standing in spring. The High Priest is thought to have been moving toward her, so I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to this arrangement. I won't give up. I'm going to find a contradiction that will undermine the accusation against Maya. Already did, though. So what do I do now? I mean, do I present? Or do I do court record? I can't present any court record. So that's not what I do. Like, I don't press the same thing again, do I? I don't know what to do here. That's weird. The dagger glints. Watch, the dagger actually glints. I don't know if that's important or not. See that? Dagger has like a glow to it. Does that matter? I don't think so. There's no way that matters.
Objection!
Yeah, there's no way that matters. But what am I supposed to do here then? Inconsistent. Yeah, I know, I got it wrong. I got it wrong, alright? I got it wrong. Okay, start over. He bows to the lantern. Then he bows to the other lantern. Is that lantern different than the previous one? So you see 1, 2, 3, 4 things around the flame. And that one has 3 things around the flame. By bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra.
Objection!
It's not it. Ah, what do I do here? He bows. He bows. There's clearly a broken lantern there. What's that with pause that he does? Does that matter? He bows. He turns. He bows. He pauses. Then he goes back to the left. He reads the sutra. The wind blows on the land that's broken. He gets charged up by Lady Kira. He feels pain. And then he dies. I don't understand what's different here. I mean, clearly the lantern's broken. And this is before any other rites. You can see that it's broke. It's not. It's not. The flame isn't moving to the left because of the rite of fire. This is at the start of the rite, and the light is clearly broken. So do I just show this again, saying that this is not the Springside lantern, this is a different lantern?
Objection!
Yes? 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 Oh, thank God. Oh my goodness, these are hard. What could this possibly mean? That lantern clearly contradicts the insight. But this contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building.
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? 1 minute you shout out, and next you fall silent with hiccups.
Perhaps it is like the bellow of one who is falling down a hill with no way of stopping. Is that not right, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi? Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even if this overturns the entire case you built so far, the only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not failing down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything with the indisputable contradiction I found. Is that so? The lantern behind the accused clearly, no, blatantly contradicts your insight. Alright, my friends, well, my name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gamer channel, and I think I need to stop here for the day. I love you all deeply, and I want to say thank you for all that you do. If you like what we do here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, the like button, and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazingly awesome day today. And I'll see you again very soon. Until then, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.